उसकी डिस्कनेक्ट बंद करके उस लैपटॉप की जब इसमें चलाना हो फिर ब्लूटूथ कनेक्ट कर ले JBL से डायरेक्ट कनेक्ट हो जाएगा.
Many of you comes from the engineering backgrounds, but forgive me that I am little away from the engineering and I belong more towards the management side, and that is the bias I would say you would expect in my conversations, that I'll be reflecting more on the management side of the digital technologies rather than the engineering side. So you will, since this is the opening session, so it makes more sense to talk about the digitalization of supply chains in the broader sense, get you an idea what is the digitalization, what supply chain, how it fits in with the strategy, and what kinds of digitalization options are available with us, what are the implementation challenges, what are the solution approaches. That is going to be largely my focus, right? So moving ahead, so can I just ask a very simple question, that how many of you have ever learned a course in supply chain management? Just to gauge an initial idea that you are aware of the basic supply chain. Okay, so none. That is so. It makes my life much simpler in the sense I'm getting a homogeneous audience. So I'll try to give you the basic briefs about what a supply chain does, why it is called a supply chain, and then move to the digitalization aspect of the supply chain. Because without getting into the subject and the basic conceptual frameworks of supply chain, learning the newest buzzwords doesn't make much more sense, right? So when we talk supply chains, like having said that, we are not students of supply chain management, can anyone guess why it is called supply chains? Just a guess. And we are not judging each other. It's a mutual learning process.
Because there are some intermediators like between supplying product to
Quite close. So basically, everyone is supplying. Right? There is supply chain is a network of competitive entities, and but if you look at every entity, everyone is supplying something to the next entity, and they are connected in the form of a chain, and that's why it is supply chain, right? And when you talk about the management of this supply chain, there comes the supply chain management, right? Now, Professor Garg has given you a very good example of the banking operations and the banking supply chain. So, I hope all of you have been using banking system. Can you not try to just imagine what is the banking supply chain? What is the starting point of a banking supply chain? That is a product of the supply chain. How it starts? The basic organization. For example, if I talk about a public sector banking unit, so let's say SBI. So SBI is, or even before SBI, how SBI generates funds. So the sources of funds are the sources of supply for the SBI. Then SBI is the major dominant company in the supply chain, and after the banks. So there is a supply chain. So this is SBI organization, and then there are banks, and after the banks, there are various kinds of customers. Individual customers, corporate customers, and many other customers, and it also supplies different kinds of product. So that is how a banking supply chain looks like. So even if we don't think in terms of supply chains, we all have been experiences different supply chains in everyday life. What is the most common supply chain we all witness every day? We have been exposed to it since our birth.
Milk, fruits, vegetables.
Your kitchen. Your kitchen is your the supply chain that you see right from your birth. Okay, that you see your mother, your parents, your elders working in the kitchen, and then you also take up some work. It also is a form of a supply chain. So if I may try to summarize, supply chains are everywhere, from biggest companies in the world to running your household. You all are exposed to an experience of supply chain. So even if the subject does not make much sense to you getting an idea about it, how it works, what are the basic concepts can make some sense to you. Okay, before we move to the supply chains, let's come to the second arm, that is digitalization, right? So the how I've designed, I'll talk about supply chain, then digital, come back to supply chain, come back to digital. So these are some of the very important quotes that have been floated everyday life. Digital transformation is not about technology, it is about change. Engineers may contrast it with me that technology, what comes first? Technology or the change? There is no answer to it. It's like a hen and chicken case. What comes first, we don't know, but they go hand in hand. There has to be technology to take place in a system, and there has to be a system to absorb the technology. Now, having said that technology exists around us, does not mean we can adopt it. You have to go with a lot of change, and there is a change management domain that has to facilitate that adoption of technology, and only if that happens successfully, the successful adoption of technology is possible. The second important thing is that we all know oil is considered to be the most important valuable resource in this universe, but the data has changed. So oil is no longer the first important resource in the universe. It has come forward in the form of data. Everywhere, wherever you are sitting, whatever you are doing, there is some form of data that is generated. So he's recording. That record is what? Is creating a data with you. So if you just want to do a very small exercise in terms of to understand how the data is playing with us, all of you carrying your smartphones with you. You must be having something like WhatsApp or Snapchat available, so you can just open it. Just very quickly, we'll not spend too much of time on that. Open your WhatsApp. If you're not using WhatsApp, you can open any of the other chat app that you're using on your device. So can anyone give me a word that comes in your mind and you want to write on your chat? Any word? Be louder.
Initially we will type hi.
Let's be a little more thoda sa expanded word which has more meaning.
Digital.
Okay, digital. So all of you type digital. You can just chat it with yourself and just write digital. Now once you type digital, there are certain recommendations coming from WhatsApp for you in form of what you should type next, right? Can I ask 4-5 people, what is your first recommendation? Transformation, sir? Same? Clock? Marketing?
Channels.
Digitally? Okay. Are we all using WhatsApp?
Yes, ma'am.
Why it is different for all of us? Some of us are getting same, but many of us are not getting the same. Why it is so? We are sitting at the same place, we're doing same thing, we're using the same technology, we have typed the same word, but why that recommendation different for us?
Because of AI, we have searched a lot of things regarding to the word, so it is giving.
Very good. So that's the thing. Your device is not yours actually. Your device knows you much more than you know yourself. So even if you want to influence somebody's device, you just take the phone and speak out certain things. The device recommendations will reflect. So we do a lot of things. What you usually type, what kind of chats you do with your friends and family, that influences your recommendation, and that is the meaning of data behind your app. WhatsApp doesn't come at free of cost to any one of us. It is using a lot of our data. Anything does not come at free. Whatever you're using, Gmail or any kind of resources on the net, they may say you free of cost, but there is lot of things they are acquiring from you. So that is my connection with data as a fuel that drives the economy these days. And the third thing is digital transformation is a journey, not a destination. I hope I don't need explanation for that. You have to sail through it. It cannot be attained in a day. You have to expand your capabilities, your dimensions. Each and every day, technology will keep on growing, and so as their applications. I have some words here. I hope all of you are aware of these. You must be using a lot of these applications in daily life. Do you imagine your life without all of them? If we take out all of these from your life, especially for youngsters, how would your life become? You may not even be able to find out how you will spend your 24 hours in a day. But do we know? It did not exist in 2006. None of these. And the universe was there. So see how we have becoming dependent on technology in our day-to-day life, so as for our operations systems. Let's look at some other important facts. You're able to see this picture. Telephone took almost 75 years to reach out 100 million customers. What about Pokemon Go? A month's time. See how the technology is progressing in our life. So even if you are resistant to technology, it will not leave you alone. You have to adopt it. Unfortunately, the adoption of technology in our industry is not as that pace as it should be. However, it is there in some form or the other. Let me show you one more thing. So this is the data of 2023, 24 doesn't exist just now. So in 2023, on an average size, this happens on the internet in 60 minutes. 60 seconds, right? So this is the, how internet has penetrated in our lives. So let me show you a comparison. 2020 versus 2021. Look at Netflix. In 2020, the number of hours watched was 7,64,000, while in, okay, I don't have this similar, let me figure out. Yes, Facebook, number of logins, 1.3 million, while the number of logins on Facebook in 2021 is about 1.4 million. So year-on-year growth, it can be predicted using this kind of data. Now, so before I move formally to what supply chain management is and how the digitalization happens, I'll show you two brief videos just to get you like a sense of, all of us do, a before and after pictures on the social media. So it's a kind of a before and after picture of the technology, and it's actually not before and after. Both of them exist simultaneously. So let me play them.
Central Warehousing Corporation, in the service of the nation. Warehousing is an important link in the marketing chain. Warehouses are part of any supply chain and logistics industry. As we all know, some goods like food grains are produced only in a particular season, but are consumed throughout the year. Similarly, certain products like fertilizers are produced throughout the year, but are consumed only during a particular season. Here comes the role of scientific warehouses, which meet the storage and logistical demands of the businesses across the country and provide space and time utility for the commodities. Central Warehousing Corporation is a Schedule A.
they will give